Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Grace Torie, and I am back with a whole new podcast episode. I've been doing a lot of stories lately just because I've been so busy traveling and working and such, but I haven't forgotten my roots. I'm so excited because today we're going to be doing a podcast episode all about fall fashion trends. These are some of my favorite episodes to film. They're also your favorite episodes to watch or listen to, so I'm really excited to bring this back for another year. Today's September 1st, and in my book that means it's officially fall. I know it's not, but in my head it is because I love fall and I can't wait. So I am really excited. It's gloomy today. It like thunderstormed all day yesterday. It may be like 85 degrees out, but at least it's gloomy. So I'm really excited to kind of have like that versus the super hot heat that is just like glaring down on you all day. So it's a really good day for this basically, and I'm really excited to go through this list with you. As always, if I list something that's not like your favorite, or like if this style is just not you, it's okay. Do your own thing, rock whatever you want. This is just what's like been popping up a lot lately, as well as kind of like what my predictions are, because I tend to kind of follow really closely fashion trends and be able to predict after being involved in it for so long. So yeah, that's basically it. Before I jump in, don't forget to follow on whatever platform you are currently listening or watching on, as well as leave a comment and a like, rating and review. I want to hear from you, know what you want to hear more of, what you don't, but I'm really excited to be doing an episode more similar to my previous stuff, and I'm happy to be back. I'm Grace Torie, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Alright, fall 2024 fashion. The first thing I want to say is I want to kind of list the icons that have really inspired fall fashion, and some of you are probably going to disagree with me. It's a lot of based on who you support and who you don't support, but from a fashion standpoint, I have noticed that what they wear has heavily influenced how people act or wear, like what they wear immediately after. Like they can wear one thing and start a trend, and those three people, mainly two, that have been able to do that are Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter. Of course, I'm talking about for the ladies. All of this fashion is mainly for the ladies, but yeah, Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter can wear literally anything, and the next day everyone will have it, and they are so trendy. Even if they're not trendy, they are creating the trends. They could wear whatever they want and it would be a trend tomorrow, which is kind of powerful. Another person who I think really started some trends and they've just continued throughout because she started them is Gracie Abrams. The really cutesy like bow in your hair, overall dress. She doesn't wear that as much anymore now that her hair is short. She doesn't do the bows as much, but she definitely has influenced a lot of that girly but also subtle kind of like book reading type fashion that I really love. I personally connect with Gracie out of probably all of them when it comes to fashion. So I wanted to give her like a mention as well, even if she's not as influential as Taylor and Sabrina and is kind of behind the scenes a little bit more. So yeah, let's talk about colors. What colors are going to be poppin'? These are kind of like your typical fall colors, but I've noticed that if you wear any of these, they're kind of on trend. Some of them are more common, some of them are not. So cream and black, obviously. Burgundy as well. Mustard, I thought an interesting one was like also a yellow, like a lighter yellow, not just the mustard. Sage green is another one I'm excited about. Usually it's a darker like emerald green, but it's really been sage that's been popping up lately. Navy, and then of course orange. Any shade of orange from burnt orange to like bright orange I've noticed has been coming out. Now we're just gonna kind of beep bop around. I didn't organize these based on like fashion or makeup or whatever, so you're just gonna kind of get a little bit of all of it. So mini slash pleated skirts. Very in style. They can be plaid, they can be black, fall colors, but those mini, like super mini skirts have been in right now, and they're gonna continue. People are just gonna throw tights under them and continue wearing them. I think like a plain black pleated skirt is gonna be a staple in your fall and winter closet that you're going to get a lot of use out of if you're looking for like one specific thing to buy. That with a pair of tights. Turtlenecks are coming back, which I'm not a big turtleneck girly, but I've seen so many turtlenecks, and maybe I can try it again. Maybe I can try it. When I was little, I couldn't do it, but turtlenecks are so in, basically. They're cute, but they're coming back just to layer. Layering is really big. So adding turtleneck is like that base layer and wearing a dress over it or some overalls over it or a jacket over it. Like very much the base of a layering situation. Do you guys hear the ice cream truck? That's really messing with my fall vibe. Okay, they're turning, so they're gonna be gone in a second. This next one is, I think, a little bit influenced by Taylor, not fully, but the black loafers that she wears in her red set, I've noticed people are wearing. They're not sparkly like Taylor's, but black or brown loafers I have seen pop up quite a few times, and I think that they're definitely going to be prevalent and trendy throughout the fall season. Taylor's definitely going to wear loafers this fall because she always wears loafers. Those are like one of her staple items. So I think that her continuing to wear it is going to keep it on trend. Also chunkier shoes. So like I think that Doc Martens are going to make an appearance. I think that they're going to come back. And I'm kind of really excited for it because I loved Doc Martens back in like 2014. I think that a lot of things from like the 2014 to 2017 era are going to come back this year and maybe not fully be here by the end of fall, but by spring I think we're gonna have a lot of things come back that were gone for a little bit and now they're making a reappearance. Speaking of loafers and Doc Martens, socks peeking out of shoes, like the little girly ruffly socks peeking out of shoes, or just socks that come up a little bit higher, those both are going to be pretty popular. And like I mentioned, tights. All of this is going to probably be worn with tights under it. I'm seeing a lot of black tights, but also like skin colored, especially as we get into the winter, the layered ones. But tights in general are going to be really popular. It gets cold in fall. I'm in Kentucky where it's going to drop out of nowhere. It'll go from like 90 to 60. There is no 70, and it's going to hurt my feelings. Oversized pants with layers or a tight top and an oversized jacket. So like oversized pants with like a tight top that has like layers over it, like very much like pants with layers, or you're gonna wear a tight top with an oversized jacket and tighter pants. But overall, oversized pants are still a thing. Layering is a big thing, like I said, and then like having a tighter top with a big oversized jacket I've seen a lot of, and I think that's kind of a thing every year, but just the contrast just the contrast of the really tight top and then the big oversized jacket is kind of a trend that never goes out of style. Drawstring pants, like the pants that have like the shoelace in it to like tie it, or like lace in general. I've seen a lot of those for the summer, and I think going into the fall we're gonna see them continue. All these people just bought these drawstring pants for the summer. They're definitely gonna continue to wear them into the fall. A lot of strings like hanging from pants, like bows and things, like accessory type situations. Cardigans. I got my folklore cardigan on for the occasion, but cardigans in general where you just like button them up, wear them out. I think buttoned cardigans versus like the ones that aren't buttoned are the difference, because the ones that aren't buttoned tend to look a little bit, they age you, whereas the ones that are like buttoned, if you wear it, like style it correctly, it is a lot more trendy. Crop tops, yeah, crop tops with like oversized pants or pants that come up higher. I don't know why, because it's gonna be cold, but the girlies are wearing crop tops and they're layering, okay? I don't make the rules, probably more so in like the warmer places, but a lot of people in like California make the trends that everybody else follows. So I can see why crop tops would be popular, because in like Southern California, it doesn't get as cold. Bows in your hair, I mentioned this already with Gracie, but bows are not going anywhere, which I'm really happy about because I love wearing bows. I always try to come up with like a phrase that kind of embodies what the trend is going to be this fall. And the one that I came up with is e-girl meets old money or tomboy. So you can go two ways with it. I think that the e-girl of like Tumblr of like 2013, 2014 is slowly making a reappearance, but there's a lot of new trends that are still here that are kind of making it a little bit more reformed, like that old money look that we've had the past few years. But you could also take another direction and go more tomboy with like the oversized cargo pants. But I think it's definitely going to be very e-girl at the core, and then we're adding either the old money or the tomboy to make it a little bit more current and modern. Chunky tall boots. I'm so excited to get my chunky tall boots out. I'm talking where like the bottom is really chunky. I don't remember if we wore those a lot. I definitely talked about them last year in either the winter or the fall trends episode, but I can't remember. I don't know how to explain them. Like, I don't remember what they're called, but the bottom is just very chunky. I think shoes that have a bottom that is chunky in general are very, very on trend. But then the tall boot on top of that, yeah. I already mentioned it a couple times, but overall dresses, where it's like a little dress, whether it's a short one, a longer one, like the overall type vibe with like a turtleneck or something, it's very cutesy, very fun, very demure, very mindful, and I think it's really cute. I want to get 100 of them. Corduroy is not going anywhere. Well, I don't think did it ever leave? I don't know. Corduroy everything. Corduroy pants, corduroy jackets, corduroy overalls. Anything that can be corduroy is going to be in. Like tote bags. Hats, like anything that can will be. I've already started to see this trend since like last winter. It's been around, but in the summer no one wears that because it's hot. So in the fall, it's definitely going to make its appearance. Everyone who's been stocking up on the corduroy stuff is finally going to wear it. And I'm kind of excited because it has that like 70s reminiscent vibe to it that I love. Like, we're going to be thrift shopping and all these thrift shops are going to have corduroy and we're all going to be vibing and trendy. Leather pants, I specifically have seen more of the baggy ones, but leather pants in general. I think that this is definitely going to be in style, but I think what's really going to take it to another level is if Taylor drops Reputation, Taylor's version or not. If she does, then we're going to see a lot of snakes, we're going to see a lot of black, we're going to see a lot of the themes that are in that album, because whenever an album comes out like that shakes things up, it heavily influences fashion. Like Brat Girl Summer, for example. Brat really influences people's fashion choices. You know, Sabrina's really influences it. Taylor Swift really influences it. So if she drops Reputation, especially in the fall, it's going to be a lot of black. It's going to be a lot of see-through shirts. It's going to be a lot of lace. It's going to be a lot of leather. It's going to be very much those Reputation vibes. But leather pants are a safe bet. They're going to be in style either way. I like the baggier ones. I've seen a lot more of those. I think the skinny ones are kind of out and it's more baggy, which is kind of sad because mine are skinny, but it's okay. Handbags. We're kind of over those little itty bitty ones and now we're wearing functional ones, like the little Prada one that like just goes over your shoulder, very 2000s. Handbags are back. They never really went anywhere. They just kind of stopped being trendy, but everyone still uses them anyway. But they're coming back and they're very cute. They're very cutesy, and I think that they really kind of elevate an outfit. In general, accessories are going to be very big to dress up outfits. You know, sunglasses, claw clips, handbags, jewelry, belts, all of that is going to be very big because there's going to be some very simple outfits that jewelry is just going to really heavily dress up, as well as like, I don't want to say the word elevate 1,000 times, but what's another synonym for that? My brain isn't working. Comment down below a synonym for elevate and I'll use it at some point. But you know what I mean. It's taking it to a new level. I think another thing we're going to be playing with is the combo of modest versus not so modest. So a crop top, but you're going to have like an oversized jacket over it, or a shorter skirt, but you're going to have a turtleneck on top. Like, this idea that like some of your outfit is not so modest while the other part is very modest. And I think it's interesting. It's an interesting combination. I don't know if modest is the right word versus like it's cold outside, so you're going to be like bundling up, but also showing some skin in some places. But I think it's an interesting combination I hadn't really seen as much of in the past. Vest, whether it's a sweater vest, a button-up vest, a corduroy vest, this layering concept, the vests are really adding to. Like, they're a whole nother, I almost view them as an accessory instead of a clothing item, because they're just gonna elevate that outfit even more. Mainly monotone ones, like maybe plaid, but I think like one color, like a denim or the corduroy or whatever, like I don't think they're gonna be patterned vests. Like, we're not talking Miss Frizzle here, we're talking like very like monotone, monochrome. My brain isn't working, you know what I mean. Sambas or Adidas in general, I've seen a lot of those. I think that those will be like the shoe of choice. I don't think you can go wrong with a pair of white tennis shoes, so I would get maybe some white Adidas with like tan stripes or like black stripes, or you know, I have a pair of tennis shoes that are white and then have like beige, and then I have a pair of Pandas that are white and black. I don't think Pandas are going anywhere. Pandas are definitely still going to be in style. Well, Nike in general, I think is still going to be in style, but I think I've seen a lot of Adidas, and so those will be coming into the picture as well. But as long as you have a pair of white tennis shoes, I don't think you can go wrong. Those match everything. Pearls and gold jewelry, which I'm sad because I'm trying to switch over to silver jewelry, contrary to me literally wearing a gold necklace. I'm trying to make the switch, but another season where gold takes the cake. I think gold is just prevailing. People have bought so much gold jewelry at this point that they don't want to switch over because they've invested so much money, and so it's just been a trend for years, and I don't think it's going anywhere. Corsets, this is one that I was kind of on the fence. Like, I originally wrote this list and I left corsets off because I was like, I haven't seen too many of them, but now that I've seen a little bit more of like the fall vibes, corsets are definitely going to continue to be around. They're not going anywhere, and I'm really excited because I'm a corset girly. Cowgirl boots, especially in those warmer places, cowgirl boots with like a dress and a sweater, like, yes, eat your heart out. I love that combination. So cowgirl boots, live to slay another day. I'm thinking white or like beige or black. I've seen bright red too, and I think the bright red are really cute for fall. Next, like I mentioned earlier with like the 2014 to 2017 like influence, glam is slowly coming back. And what I mean by that is, for a long time, makeup has been very muted, like very natural colors. Like, even eyeliner was kind of like a lot unless you did it with eyeshadow and just really muted it. But I think that the glam is coming back, like the Kylie Jenner glam. And I don't think, this is the one that I don't think it'll be back by the end of fall fully, but I think it'll be back by winter. I think in winter is when we're really going to get back into that glam because there's nothing else to do. But we're going to be wearing the thick makeup again. Like, I kind of did it a little bit today. If you're watching, you can kind of see. We weren't wearing, like, the only eyeshadow we were wearing was like bronzer for like a year, and that was a push. Like, it was very, very natural, and now I think that we're getting back to wearing a little bit more makeup. The girls are having fun, guys. The girls are playing around, and I love to see it. Last thing on this list is very Taylor Swift inspired. Ever since Tortured Poets Department came out, braids have been a big thing because all last year Taylor wore braids, and we found out she was hinting at the new album because there's a lot of braids mentioned. And so everybody's been wearing braids. I think they're the perfect style for fall, whether it's the double braids, whether you're braiding a bun, whatever it is, like putting a braid into your hair and then wearing your hair down. Braids are such an easy way to elevate a look. I said it again, and I think that they're not going anywhere, and I'm really excited to see them incorporated into fall looks. So yeah, that is my list of fall fashion for 2024. Let me know what you think is going to be trending, or what you think I said that totally isn't. Like, I want to know all your thoughts on this. I love hearing different people's perspectives because, of course, I only can see things from my perspective. Like, I've tried to do research. I always try to research. I look at a lot of influencers. I look at Pinterest. I look at what's going on in the real world, and I try to do a combination. But I still want to hear you. Maybe you're in a different part of the world. Your algorithm's different. You see different things. So I want to know all the tea on what you think fall is going to be about. That is pretty much it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, engage. It's free. It takes about 2 seconds and really helps out the podcast. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next podcast episode. Bye, guys.